Hello and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Nikki Eisenhower, life coach and psychotherapist, and this is Emotional Badass, where Moxie meets Mindful. On today's episode, we're discussing personal growth means inviting personal challenge. Hello, listeners. Thank you for tuning in. I wanted to say thank you because we have met our first goal at Patreon. What that unlocks for all of you listeners is an extra episode a month. We are figuring out what our next goal is right now. And if you'd like to find out what we're doing on Patreon, get some exclusive content, come find us at patreon.com/emotionalbadass. Since we've started, we've been able to pay 10% of our donations forward. So when you share with the show, you are doing a double donation. You are giving to someone that we will pick at a future date and support. So you can go there and read about Vanessa and why we chose her to support. And so your support supported us and we supported Vanessa. And you did too. So it's a big old support circle. So I love it. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. So I want to, as a thank you and to show personal growth means inviting personal challenge, I came up with a list of 10 random things that I've learned or confirmed from starting this Emotional Badass podcast. Number 1, when we are truly in alignment, doors open as if by magic. It's as if the universe gives a deep, reverent bow saying, yes, now keep going. This is right where you're supposed to be. Now, go, shine. So many sensitive people spend their energy swimming uphill, trying to make relationships work. And the truth that I know that you know deep down, is that when we are where we're supposed to be, things are easier. And if you've had such a hard life, because that would have been really hard for me to believe at age 16, at age 24, that would have still been very difficult for me to believe. If you've had a very difficult life, surround yourself with people who know this principle. Some of us are accidentally taught that life is really difficult and really hard just because we're born into really difficult or hard circumstances. Life can be easier, and we can make that our intention. Number 2, the world is ready and in need of each introverted, highly sensitive, and empathic person sharing their insights, sharing their observations, their solutions, and love in a unique way. The world needs us through speaking, sharing, volunteering, parenting, creating, nurturing, writing, enriching, entertaining, laughing, expressing, teaching, caring, and modeling. You know, the extroverted people have been giving their perspectives to the world with full voices for a long time. And the narcissistic have also given their perspective to the world with full voices. It's our turn, and the world needs us. Lots of you listening are in healing fields or dream about being in healing fields. I hope the success of Emotional Badass that we're being shared so broadly is helping you know that your calling, there's room for you in this calling. The world needs us to stand up and all share our gifts. Number 3, leaning into what scares and intimidates us is key to overcoming life's spiritual, emotional, and physical success. Number 3, leaning into what scares and intimidates us is key to overcoming life's spiritual, emotional, and physical hardships. And we have to clear that out to create success. The show still scares me. It still intimidates me to have my voice out there, to be recorded, to possibly make mistakes. It's human. And I'm mindful and considerate. Of course, I'm going to have those considerations and those concerns and those anxieties bubble up. But the only way to overcome those fears and to step more fully into the power that it is to be a human being is to face those fears, to lean into them. So I'm happy, I'm glad, I'm proud that I have leaned into these fears. And I hope it's helping you lean into some of yours where you can grow. Lean into some of those anxieties and push past them. When you look over your shoulder, I'm past so many of my fears that looking over my shoulder, it's amazing because from this perspective, those old fears, they look kind of ridiculous. That's the cool thing about overcoming something. It shrinks from a big giant monster to like a little bitty bug, an easy bug, a nice bug, a bug that doesn't even bite. It shrinks. Number 4, crying is clearing. Y'all have heard me do quite a bit of tearing up on this show. Sometimes it's because positivity just moves me and clears out, and it feels like an exclamation of just beauty in the world and what's possible. Sad crying is a clearing too. I do believe part of the success of this emotional show is that we are experiencing a collective grief. A lot of us are feeling forced to let go of our hopes that humanity is healthier than it is. Our humanity is ill. And as sensitive people and empaths, we really see this and we feel it. We're affected by it. So our humanity is ill in a lot of ways, from denying and rejecting our spirits, our natures, balance, and our tribal heritage and social, spiritual, psychological, physical, emotional needs above and over the demands of modern society and unhealthy competition and consumerism. So crying is clearing and crying is good. Number 5, judgment in the form of discernment is an essential tool. Judgment in the form of shaming, belittling, quieting, isolating, subduing creates spiritual, psychological, and emotional constipation. When we understand judgmental versus discernment, I think we break free and past a lot of our fears of being judged or how I might screw up or if the show falls flat or imposter syndrome. Oh no, someone's going to think I don't know anything at all, like so many of us feel. So this show is helping me make so much peace with being judged. Number 6, give me the opinions of those who know unconditional love and respect. That feedback is golden. It helps me grow. It helps me change. It helps me see what can be tightened up, what can be done better. That's a lifting up. And I invite those opinions and that feedback. Now I'm out there on the internet, y'all. Those opinions that are wisdom laced, I want. But I say no thank you to the opinions of emotional blackmailers, to people who want me to be small. I can just detach with love. I don't even have to be angry about it. I can even be grateful for the lesson of I don't have to care what anyone thinks. And I can still do what resonates and what feels healing. Number 7, I know this to be true. Every emotional badass out there is so used to their own badassery that they have come to take it for granted, or they fear their bigness. I want to quote Marianne Williamson. She says, spirit is grand, ego is grandiose. Believing in the difference has helped me be able to do the show. Permission for us to be grand in our own ways and share our gifts gives other people subconscious permission to share theirs. I hope you are letting yourself feel more grand. Number 8, I have a larger, highly sensitive person, empath, healer, and heal-e tribe than I ever knew was possible to have. And all of you that are feeling lonely or isolated or don't know where the other highly sensitive people are and you desperately want those kinds of deep, safe connections, That's what I can offer you for now. We're out there. Don't give up hope. The more of us who get this information, who understand it ourselves, the more we're connecting with each other. Number 9, changing, going with the flow, dreaming big, risking failure while answering a calling, creating something we believe in, being vulnerable in the face of fear, laughing, connecting with others' truth. These are the great antidepressants. These are the great anti-anxiety interventions we really crave and benefit from. Number 10, there is no limit to self-reinvention and creation. I want to say that again. There is no limit to self-reinvention and creation. I have often thought of myself as an expert in some things that I did not plan to be an expert in, like marriage and divorce, like narcissism. I'm an expert in that. Anything that I have ever thought was potentially limiting for me was only momentary. It was only the discomfort of what I was feeling in the moment of feeling the fear. Leaning in and stepping into those fears. Who am I? Getting to know myself so deeply. Getting past those fears, those self-doubts, those things that feel like failure until later when we realize they were actually our greatest teachers. There is really no limit to self-reinvention and creation. There is fear and there is love. I choose love, and I hope you do too. Thanks for being a part of my marketing team for this show. You helped us hit this first Patreon goal. Thank you for your 5-star iTunes reviews. That's what really works, that funky iTunes algorithm that is so wonky. So if you haven't given the show a 5-star review and you feel so moved in your heart, please get on and do that. I want to thank Sean Z24. I'm so glad the show's resonating with you. I want to thank My Face Hurts. I love that name. I'm glad the show's super calming for you. Thank you for the review. Nicole Ruffo, thank you for the encouragement and telling me to trust my work. That is something I am working on. Thank you, thank you. ASM 548, welcome to new awareness that you just might be an HSP. Happy to help you get there. Thanks for the review. And Nicole Dastrom, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take care of yourselves. I'm Nikki Eisenhower. This is Emotional Badass, where Moxie meets Mindful. Bye-bye.